2, 3. And we are live today at the Clam Chowder Podcast. I'm your host, Jaime Landeros, and I got a special guest for us today, my boy Lem, and we're going to talk about the hottest album of the year, After Hours by The Weeknd. Lem, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How you been, bro?
Been great. It's crazy. It's been a crazy, 40, 72 hours since the album
Yeah,
dropped.
yep.
Let me ask
It's
you
been on.
this. Have you heard
Yeah.
anything else besides this album, at least thus far?
Well, I told you, man. Like the first 36 hours, man, it was like literally nonstop, bro. It was like I had it on. I had it on play. I had it on my headphones, and it was just a nonstop kind of thing. I wanted to hear it like consistently. So I went to
Yeah.
sleep with it playing.
Oh
I woke
yeah.
up with it playing, and it's
Yeah.
just.
Dude, it's
But other than yeah, it's just too
yeah.
much, bro.
Yeah, I feel like you need a little bit of time to like let it breathe,
Yeah, yeah.
cuz
Let it marinate.
you don't want to overplay it, but
Yep.
dude, those the launch was amazing, man. Like
Yeah.
Abel, he was like on Twitter, on IG, like every hour, like 10 more hours, eight
Yep.
more hours, 1 more hour to go. This is the longest 10 minutes ever. I'm like, dude, this guy was so excited to like share
Yeah,
it with us.
he was hyping it up, man, big time, man. But like the thing was like, I mean, I kind of knew what to expect from what was gonna be coming out, but it was still you're just like, dude, I want it to be released now. So
Yeah. So before we get into it, I want to go back to like how we even got into the Weekend to begin with. I actually give you a lot
yeah,
of credit for me getting into the Weekend because we both worked together back when he was just coming onto the scene. He
yep,
dropped House of Balloons, and I just
yep,
remember you guys would always play it at work. I was like, "Yo, who is this cat?" Like,
yeah,
nobody knew what he looked like. Nobody knew who he was. It was just some guy out of Toronto.
yeah.
And when did you discover the Weekend?
And to be honest, bro, I used to follow, well, I still do follow, but like Drake has his own like blog spot website that he used to post all his music on.
Oh, really?
I think he still does now. I haven't checked it in like years though, man. But like when I was like big on Drake, like in 2010, 11, 12,
Mm-hmm.
like I just followed his website like religiously, and it was all his music drops were on there and stuff like that. So, but like, he posted House of Balloons mixtape on there, and it had of course, a download link, and I just out of curiosity just downloaded it,
Oh, wow.
and from there it just kind of blossomed into what it is now, man. I got obsessed with it. It was kind of it was borderline sad, bro. If you think about it, man. So, but
Bro, it was all right. So like I didn't know that he just had his mixtapes on his website for free.
yeah,
Like,
they were on his web, dude. I think Thursday, like the website crashed on Thursday, dude. When that one
oh
dropped, man.
wow.
Yeah, it was pretty
That was
crazy.
his second
Second one,
mixtape.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Like the website was like the what is that, the 404 error, dude,
Mhm.
on the website. It was like for like probably 2 or 3 hours, man. It was
Yeah.
it was pretty bad, but
I just remember I went on YouTube and I just typed in the Weekends,
yeah,
and I think the first song that I remember, like, because this is back when like smartphones were just coming out, and I think I had
yep,
Shazam, and Shazam didn't even know what the fuck I was listening to.
yeah. He was like super underground, man. It was
Yeah,
like
and I was like, dude,
outside of like you not being like a Drake fan, I don't think people knew about him
yeah,
because I mean like Drake was. I mean honestly, I think Drake put him on though.
yeah, he did,
Kind of like how Lil Wayne put Drake on.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, because
It
like
was
I was like, dude, what's that one song like Wicked Games, and like I just typed it in on
yeah, yeah.
YouTube, and I just remember listening to it in my room, like
Mhm.
in my bed, and I was just like, I've never heard anything like this. And
Yeah,
then
same here, man.
YouTube being YouTube has such a great algorithm that I already had
Yeah,
like a queue. And bro, I don't think I'd listened to anything else for like a straight week, bro. I was like, I was obsessed.
yeah. The thing was like after like I downloaded House of Balloons, like I kind of went on like I did the same thing as you. I went into YouTube and was like looking up like to see if I could find any more music,
Mm-hmm.
and like I think like literally like probably like a month or two before the House of Balloons drop, like he was like dropping like singles and stuff like anonymously.
Oh,
And people didn't know who he was. People thought it was a band, dude. The Weeknd was a
yeah. I thought it
band.
was a band too. I thought it was a hot
Yeah, same here.
chick. He kept putting like hot chicks in his
Uh-huh.
in his mixtapes. I was like, dude, this is
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was like a band. I was like, dude, this what is this? What is this?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of music is this stuff, man? I never heard it before, and it was like it just kind of like it was over at that point for me, you know.
Yeah.
And I just became a big fan, and to
No.
this day, I'm still a big fan. You know, I'm a big fan, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
because Kiss Line's my favorite album of all time,
Yeah.
man. So
And
and
Kissland,
everything,
yeah, Kissland was
dude,
was obviously
Kiss Line was like, I don't know, man. That's
just
like,
the timing of it, and
yeah, yeah.
it was just perfect. I had two tickets to see him in Berkeley. You didn't come with me, bro.
I know, man. It's just things happen, man. For
And
that, things happen, man.
Banks opened up for him.
Yeah, but I think I was looking up with the tour. I was looking on. Or it wasn't probably wasn't that, but I was looking up like the openers for the tour, and that's how I
Uh-huh.
found out about Banks. I think probably you probably told me about her.
Yeah,
And at that point, I was like, dude, Banks is like the shit, bro. He was like,
yeah.
she's
She's kind of
she's kind of like,
fallen off now, but back
yeah, she's
back then she was kind of like blowing up.
she's kind of getting into like more of like poppy,
Yeah.
like a lightweight weekend, female weekend, you know.
And
So
it's crazy because he literally went on tour. Like the album dropped, and I didn't even get
yeah,
a chance to like listen to it when I saw him because it was like I want to say like
dude,
the next day. He
yeah,
was
it dropped the day before the tour
yeah.
started, man. So I was
So
like,
I didn't know any of the songs, and like
mhm.
I wish I could go back in time and like I don't think I appreciated it at the time. You know,
Yeah,
because Kissland's one of those albums that like at the first glance you're kind of like okay, but
yeah,
then
like,
you
what is
listen
this?
to
Yeah,
it like a lot and you're like oh my
yeah,
god, this is like a masterpiece.
dude. Like with Kissland, like you remember that Big Quint
Big Quint,
reaction video? Yeah,
shout out to
like
Big Quint.
hey, Big Quint's that dude. I'm waiting for his reation video for
For
After
After
Hours,
Hours,
man.
he
So
probably
I have
died.
hit.
He probably died.
He
He
got like a
probably
heart
listened
attack,
to
dude.
he
He's all
probably
like,
listened to that shit and like as he was like jumping up and down and like died of a heart attack, bro.
he's
Because
all like humping his chair and then he died with a heart attack,
we should
dude.
probably someone should probably check on him.
Now I was like checking out his Twitter, man. He hasn't
Oh,
posted
did he?
anything on Twitter, so it's
Oh
like I guess he's
man.
like just MIA right now. But
Oh
like I'm waiting
shit.
for his reaction video, man, because like
Yeah.
I remember like watching his Thursday reaction video, and I was like, this motherfucker is like. No, the first video was Echoes of Silence, man. I was like, this dude is
Oh,
like,
dude,
he's just
Echoes of
on one, man. Like,
Silence hits different now, man.
yeah, when you go back and listen to it, it's just like a
Like
different,
I remember I was driving
yeah.
home from Oakland and
Hmm.
I was going through the tunnel and that song came up, Echoes of Silence, and it just hit me so hard, bro, because it was dark. It was like midnight. I don't know what it is about the Weeknd's music, but like listening to it, like I like my rule is if it's raining outside, it's nighttime and I'm driving, I'm listening to Kissland, bro. Like that's like that happens every fucking time, bro.
That's kind of the same thing with me, man. But it's like as long as it's dark outside, dude, I'm listening to Kissland, man. So, if there's like no light outside, and I'm not gonna listen to it. But if it's dark, you know, and
Yeah.
it's that's the mood for Kissland,
Yeah.
man. So,
So fast forward into After Hours. This is the first album since Kissland that I don't skip any tracks. Like I
I'm in the
listen
same boat. I'm
like
in the same boat, bro. Same
yeah.
boat. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's how you know this was a really good and well thought out album because I'm sorry but like with Beauty and Starboy,
Yeah.
there's a lot of tracks in there that I just skip, bro, cuz
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
I mean, if you like kind of like go back. Sorry to go back though. If you go back to like with Kissland and like I mean, from what I'm thinking, in my opinion, like the reason why he went towards like that with BBM or not BBM, but Beauty and like and Starboy was like he didn't get like what he wanted out of Kissland as far as like the recognition.
The recognition, the fame,
Yeah,
the
yeah, he didn't get that. I
yeah.
mean, I think this is kind of like known on the internet. People know about this, and
Yeah.
that's the reason why he kind of like went the beauty route.
Right.
But
It
um,
it's crazy because he was disappointed with how Kissland
yeah, yeah,
commercially
yeah,
did, and
yep,
then he
mhm,
went to
mhm.
Seattle and recorded probably the best shit he ever made that
Yeah.
nobody will ever listen to.
Yeah, I read about that, man. On
That's so
he did
tragic,
a grunge album with with Doc, his producer, and
dude.
they just scrapped it because I guess I don't even know I don't remember what the exact reasoning was, but like they scrapped the whole project. I was like, dude, that would have been like some like next level shit, you know? It would have been like I wouldn't
You
say
know what it
connection to Kissland, but it would have been
you know
like
what it would have
a
been,
evolution.
bro? It would have been like what XXX Tentacion ended up doing. I honestly think it would have been some shit like that.
Oh yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I could see that happening, man.
Because
Definitely.
you know
Yeah.
with like the guitars and like the
Mhm.
and then like the Nirvana type of vibe, like the.
Hmm.
I think that would have been dude. I wish it could have been a fly on a wall when he did that shit in the studio, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have all this stuff. You know, I mean, eventually, I think they're gonna something's gonna happen with that music where it's gonna be dropped eventually, some random time or randomly somewhere. But
Maybe. I
I
hope
think
so.
there's a plan for that.
I
Hopefully,
hope so, bro.
we'll hear it. Yeah.
I mean, talking about shit that is happening as we speak, the Weeknd silently posted on SoundCloud a deluxe version of After Hours, and it's gonna drop on the 23rd. And we're assuming that that means midnight
Eastern.
Eastern, so
Yeah.
in about 30 minutes. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna go to any other streaming service, and I don't know if you have to sign up for SoundCloud Plus in order to listen
Mhm.
to it. But a deluxe version, bro? What?
Yeah, man, I have it like I have it pulled up right now, and I'm just refreshing the webpage, man,
Yeah.
just like trying to see if like anything's gonna pop up. But
Yeah. So, all right, you listen to After Hours. What are the tracks that like stick out to you the most?
I mean, to be honest, man, like with like the consistent 36 hours of music that I listen to, like with this album, the first like 2.5 days, it's like the the first song is Snow Child, man. That's like
Snow
I think
Child,
at this moment is my favorite song on the album.
dude. When I
But
first heard Snow Child, I was like, holy fuck.
dude, I got goosebumps when I first heard that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like a borderline out of body experience, man. I was like, dude, this is ridiculous, man. This guy is like our generation's Michael Jackson, and he's making like this kind of music, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, like it
For
was too much, man. Actually, if you think of if you for me, if you're looking at like from Snow Child, you got Escape from LA, you have Heartless, you
mm-hmm.
have Faith, you have Blinding Lights. That little section right there is like,
Fire, dude.
yeah, it's like this like
It's too much, bro.
that's it right there, man. And
That's like
I'm
the
kind of glad that
yeah.
that I stopped listening to Heartless and Blinding Lights when I heard about the album coming out. I was like, dude, I gotta stop listening to those songs, the singles, man. I don't want to ruin the experience, you know.
Oh,
But
which
it made it a little bit better
dude,
for me, man. I was like, dude, this connects way better, man, without it being played out, you know. So
dude. See, you hit it right on the nose, bro. Because I wish I could go back in
yeah,
time and like not listen to the singles that he dropped, because to me it ruined the album when I heard when I heard it in order, bro. Because like
yeah.
I would appreciate it like so much if he would have not done After Hours, like the last single that he did.
Oh, he didn't drop it at all. You mean?
Yeah, dude. After
Yeah,
because
yeah,
After Hours would have been by like if I would have heard that for the first time like on Friday when he had dropped the album instead of like
yeah.
because dude when After Hours dropped the single dropped, I literally like played that shit for like a week straight, bro. It
And man, I told
was
you, man.
it
I
was
told you, I was like, I'm not.
so good. And
I see the hype on it. I was like, I told you, bro. I was like, I'm not gonna play it
dude, oh my
until an album
god.
comes out, man. I don't want to ruin the experience, man. So I was like,
It's like when a fat kid like sees a, a bucket of chocolate ice cream and at first they're like they have a little spoonful and they're like this is
can't
good
resist,
and
man.
then they just
Can't
stuff their
resist,
face
man.
in it and then by the time it's their birthday and like they have like the whole chocolate cake and the
Yeah,
chocolate ice cream like it lost its flavor and that's what After Hours felt like to me after I heard it on the album because I'm like I already heard this song. Same with Heartless, same with Blinding Lights, man.
yeah. It's hard to resist, man, when you have something that's so good,
Oh
you know.
yeah.
And then it's like a drug. You just gotta keep doing it and doing
Yeah,
it, you know.
dude.
So
It was After Hours was crazy, man.
After Hours reminds me of like I guess influence wise, like the XX, man. Like
Yeah.
sonically, sound wise, it's like
Yeah.
very influenced by them, I guess, you
Dude,
know.
I would have like they were probably gonna work on a track together because the weekend when XXX Tentacion dropped question mark like the album
Yeah.
he was like the first one to talk about it and like
Hmm.
I think he put a screenshot and he tweeted about like how good the album was. I'm like damn bro what could have been.
Yeah, man.
um
It's unfortunate, man. With
yeah
it, you know.
for me so it's crazy because the first time I listened to this album Snow Child was like the song I'm like dude this song's crazy
Yeah, yeah.
and then after I like I went to bed and I fell asleep listening to the album and
Mhm.
like and the deeper tracks are the ones that got to me
Yeah.
like Escape from LA right now is probably like one of my favorite songs,
That's a good one, man. Yep.
and I'm gonna be hella cheesy, bro, but I fucking love "Save Your Tears," bro. It's just it just reminds me of like an 80s, like I'm in high school and I'm like going
Yeah, yeah.
like it's just this whole album feels like 80s, bro. It feels
That
like
was
it's like back in time.
that was the thing with like when I first heard Binding Lines. I'm like, dude, I see where he's going now with this album. Like, I hear the influence, man.
Yeah,
So, and that's the kind of music I like in general, man. I like 80s type. I like the electro type of music, you know. So it's like,
synthesizers and
yeah, yeah, the synths and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, this is up my alley. And I was like, is this guy gonna really like go back to his roots and like, you know, make the OG fans happy? And
right.
I think he did it with this album, man. To be honest, man. It was a really good,
I
well put
think
together album
I
all
think
together, you know.
he was finally able to come full circle. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because he always does shit for the OG fans. That's what MDM was about, you know, My Dear Melancholy.
Yeah, that's true, man. I forgot about that album, man. Also,
Because
the EP, yeah.
unfortunately, the songs that put him on the map were "Earned It" and
Hmm.
the Hills, and then "Can't Feel My Face," and
Hmm.
then obviously "Starboy."
Well, The
Like,
Hills was more like of kind of like a that was more of an influence towards like the OG days, though, if
yeah,
you
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it, man. You know, so
But when I just remember like people that didn't know who he was
yeah,
discovered him because of those like you know those
yep.
Max Martin songs, which
That's the thing with dude. That's the thing with. I'm not really a big fan of Max Martin, man. To be honest, I mean, based off as me personally, I don't really like, I guess, the pop
the pop.
side of the Weekend. I mean,
Mm,
I'm not a big fan of it,
mm-hmm.
but like I can tolerate it on the After Hours album.
Mm,
It's way better than what he produced on Starboy and what he had
100%.
on Beauty. But it's
I
like
didn't like Beauty, man. I really didn't, man. I like
that
tried to
disappointed me, bro.
I
It
tried to get
disappointed me a
into
lot,
it,
man.
but like
Hmm.
the intro,
Hmm.
Tell Your Friends was produced by Kanye. I'm like, yo, I want more of that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hmm.
Like often that was a single that he had before this album came out. Like,
Yep. Hmm. The Hills. Well, the
um,
Hills came out a little bit before that too.
yeah,
So.
yeah. And then
Mhm.
the one song, my favorite song that didn't even end up on the album was King of the Fall.
Oh, that's right, man. That was dropped on I think SoundCloud, and it just like was like a random
And that's
single.
one of
It
my
just
that was like one of my favorite tracks still to this day.
King of the Fall reminds me of or that song is kind of influenced on Snow Child.
Yeah,
The I guess like the rhyming style is like,
yeah,
or the singing style is kind of like influenced off of that. So I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of when I first heard Snow Child. I'm like, this reminds me of King of the Fall a little bit. So I was like,
mm-hmm.
oh.
Yeah. And when you look at Starboy, 18 tracks, and you could probably cut that in half because like a lot of those were just
Yeah,
super corny. Like I wasn't
for
really
sure,
feeling
man.
it. One song that I keep like going back to after I heard After Hours was Secrets
Uh,
because it's like super 80s, and I feel like that
oh
would have.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
Hmm.
that song would have gone really well. You know what song? Crazy to think about doesn't fit well in this album for me. Heartless, bro.
I mean, I think I think it fits okay in the album. It's just maybe like where it was placed on like the on the track listing was kind of weird, but
Yeah. The reason why I say that is because like, all right, this album, like when I heard Heartless, I'm like, yes, we're gonna have fucking bangers on this track, Metro
yeah, yeah.
Boomin, and that was the only like banger on this fucking album. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Mhm.
when we did Starboy, he had like Party Monster and like 6 Feet
60
Under,
Hundred, yep.
you
Hmm. Hmm.
know, and I'm like, on this one, dude, it's
There's
like
just that
it's
one.
the only
Yeah,
banger, and you're like,
yeah.
fuck, dude. I was like, it feels out of place because the rest of the album's so fucking like chill and like,
Hmm.
and I was like, I don't know if this one fits. Like, Tame Impala took out Patience from Slow Rush
Hmm.
because it didn't fit with the rest of the album, and I'm like, huh, I wonder if like. I mean, I love that song, Heartless. It's just like
Yeah,
when I hear this whole album, like you know, as one piece, everything's all 80s and super poppy and stuff, and it's just like, wow, this one's like kind of feels out of place now.
yeah. It has like the little that it's like this kind of more of like a hip hop sound, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. I mean, I think the placement of the song could have been better, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I still think like, you know, Snow Child, Escape from LA, Heartless, Faith,
Dude,
Blinding
Faith.
Lights,
Oh my god.
that little that five block of songs on it is just like
Dude,
that's the meat right there of the album, in my opinion. So
Faith is like the beginning is like, let's do fucking cocaine, and then
Yeah,
at the end you're like, I want to slit my wrist. Like, what the fuck,
the
dude?
faith
Like,
is just
how the fuck did that happen?
every time like you just go back and listen to it, you're just like you get in your feelings, bro. It's just like oh, for me, I get in my feelings, man. I'm just like, dude, this is like kind of emotional a little bit, you know. But
The Weeknd has this way of like starting out a song one way,
uh-huh.
and then like halfway through the song, it's a completely different song.
That's Kissland, dude.
And
That's all of Kissland.
like, dude, I think that's what makes him unique because I don't think anybody else has done that shit, bro. Like the way,
Well, I mean, I mean, it's probably been done before, but like
yeah.
one project that actually sticks out to me a lot, that actually is one of my favorite albums as well, is Justin Timberlake's album, man, Future
Wait,
Sex Love Sounds.
okay.
Dude, that album, I mean, I'm not sure if you're a big Justin fan. I know this is a weekend, this is the
Yeah,
weekend
no, it's
version of your
cool. It's
pod,
cool.
but like that album is like probably number two behind Kissland as far as my favorite albums of all time, dude. It's just
I
when
gotta
that first came
go.
out,
It
like
was which one? Deluxe
uh,
or Future Sex?
yeah, Future Sex was like the first, like, it's probably like the when it first came out, like probably the first like 2 or 3 months. That's all I listened to, man. It was like it was that good, man. And for me,
I
it
mean, that
was
song
it was
at its peak. I mean, there's a lot of bangers on that album.
yeah, that album in general, dude.
Yeah.
It's still one of my favorite albums of all time, dude. It's just it's behind Kissland for me, but
Damn.
it's like it's a really good, well put together album in
Yeah.
general. You know, production wise, lyric wise, and all that stuff. So, but that's where I think like that's where I first heard of like the longer
Like the
songs where
trend.
it's
Yeah.
split. Yeah, where it's split into two different songs.
Uh,
Like and this is a very good, interesting concept. And then actually Justin Timberlake carried it over to his future albums with the 2020 experience and stuff like that. So
oh, okay,
it's
okay.
kind of like you know
Yeah, you're right.
that's
Cause
where I
like,
first heard it though.
what's that one song? What goes around comes around. Like
Yeah, that song is
that one. I'm like,
banger, bro.
whoa, this is a
Yeah,
ride right now.
yeah.
Like this is a
It's just
roller coaster.
just the whole production
Yeah.
process of that album was just on a different level in my opinion at the time. You know? So,
Yeah. Yeah, man, I like. There's not one track on this album that I don't like, man. Like, I legit have thoroughly enjoyed it,
yeah,
and I will say though, the last track really bothers me, and I think that's the
until I
whole
bleed out.
point.
That one has, for
I
me, it kind of there's a lot of influence on. Well, you were talking about this before with coming full circle.
uh
This
huh
album's coming full circle with all of his projects,
uh
and like that kind of like almost relates to like what's that one song? High for This, man. If you kind of like listen to like the how the song is like like constructed and stuff like that,
huh.
it's influenced by High for This and stuff like that. So
So, because the reason why I say this is because on all his projects, he kind of leaves you with a glimmer of hope.
yeah, yeah.
Like with
Hmm.
Kissland, he had Tears in the Rain,
Hmm.
and with like Beauty, he had Angel, and then
Hmm.
with Starboy, he had I Feel It Coming. You kind of end the albums like on a high note, like oh
Yeah.
okay, but this one, bro, it's like it just ends like abruptly, like no fucking warning, no nothing. He's
Yeah.
literally bleeding out, and
Hmm.
it just for me it was polarizing. Like it made me it affected me, bro. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
how did that just like the music just stopped? No, it's got to keep going. And I think it just makes you want to like repeat the album again
That's
because
probably
it's like
that's
when
probably
you
like intentionally, yeah.
the best way I can describe it is like when you're fucking a girl and you pull out before she comes and she's like, "There's no way this is all that's happening. Like I need to get off." And you're
It's
like,
like I need
"Nope, that's
more, I need
it.
more. Yeah.
I'm done." 3
Here's
minutes and 10 seconds in, I'm done. I'm out. I pulled out.
you need an Uber? You need Uber now or what?
Yeah, dude. So like that, I think maybe that was the intention behind Until I Bleed Out. It's just like just done.
Yeah, there's like where does he go like now as far I mean like I don't even know like with music wise what he's gonna do next. I mean that's kind of like
Dude, that's
to even
yeah.
think about it now it's like where it's way too early, you know. But
I kind of hope that he still has like I mean, he's going to be touring, but
yeah.
I kind of like what he did with Beauty. He came out with an album the very next year. I think he might do that again. I feel
He
like
has to release that grunge album, man.
I really think that he has more music that like he's ready to do.
Remember
Obviously.
like a couple years ago he dropped like or like the his unreleased like album came out or leaked. So like someone leaked like a bunch of songs that they were
Oh
producing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So like that was a full album, man. It was like 10, 12 songs, man.
yeah.
So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he has like a big backlog of like music that remember the grunge album that they produced
Right.
in Seattle. So they have that at least minimum, but there's probably a bunch of music that we're probably not going to hear ever, unfortunately. So
I want to say because he did a AMA on Reddit when he released Kissline, and he said that he would never release that album, the Seattle one.
that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man.
So
Maybe he'll have a change of heart. You never know.
maybe.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So production on this album, man, like
That stood out to me the most, man. To be honest, like everything outside of Max Martin's productions, I'm not a big fan of his, but I mean his stuff is still it was
it's good.
good,
It's catchy
but
as fuck,
it's
dude.
catchy.
It's so catchy, man.
But the other Angelo dude and like Metro Boomin,
Metro
those guys just
Boomin,
put in work, dude.
dude.
I
Metro
just found out
Boomin, huh?
that Repeat After Me was produced by Tim
Kevin,
Impala, man.
yeah, Kevin
Yeah,
Parker.
I didn't know that. I was like, dude, what the heck,
I
man?
know, man.
Different sound altogether, man.
They don't. I don't think they've worked together before.
The only
Oh wait, they
connection I can
did
make
with
with
Travis.
yeah, Travis Scott. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's probably when they made this track then.
Dude, that Travis Scott song was like it was like when I first I heard him on the song, I heard Weeknd on the song. I'm like, dude, this is it right here, man. This is it, man. This is the
Because
song.
it was the song before the main song where he's featured in, right?
Yeah.
And then he did like I don't want to wake up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was that song? Was it I don't even remember what it was called, man.
I think it's called
Oh,
like
Skeletons. Yeah,
Skeletons.
Skeletons.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was a good song, man.
yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised that like Tim Impala was on here as a for production. I was like, that's
Yeah,
interesting, man.
the first thing I did because Spotify does this now. You can
Mhm.
see the credits on
Oh, good.
on each song, and
Hmm.
I was just going through each song. I'm like Metro Booming,
Hmm.
Kevin Parker. What?
Yeah,
You know what
that
song
was
I really like though? Scared to Live, and
which one?
he performed that live on SNL. Scared to Live, the fourth track. It was nice, man. It was like when I heard it live, I was like, oh,
Mhm.
it's all right. But then
What song? What song was it?
Scared to Live,
Oscar Flip. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But didn't he perform that on SNL or
yeah, he
no?
did, yeah.
See, like I had this like I couldn't watch any of that stuff, man. I was like, dude, I gotta resist right now until the album drops, man. So,
I hope that he does like a visual
well,
representation of this.
that's what I think he's doing right now. If you look at his like Twitter and stuff like
Yeah,
that, like he's dropping these little clips of like just random like
yeah.
from his album. It's like,
Because when he did
what is it?
Starboy, he came out with a 12-minute short film called Mania,
Uh-huh.
with like the was it a panther or a cougar or something and his car.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he probably has already done something for After Hours.
Uh-huh. I read something on I think Reddit. There was like a actually like a mini movie coming out for this album.
What?
Like a mini movie, I
Oh
believe.
yeah, yeah.
I
See,
heard about
that's
it on Reddit, so I'm not sure
yeah.
if it's reliable or not, but
I think so far they've been pretty on point with the rumors. Like
yeah.
the deluxe album, I started to hear about this yesterday. I'm like, there's not gonna be a deluxe album, and like
Mhm.
now it's happening. The only thing that's pissed me off about all this, and we talked about this earlier, was like the merch, man. Like,
Dude, that's like that was. I mean, I see why he's doing it, but it
like
sucks for the consumer and for his
right,
fans because you're like, dude, this is and he puts like those it's only available for 24
mm-hmm.
hours, you know.
Right,
It's only available for 24 hours, and like
yeah,
certain stuff is still there, and certain stuff is sold out, you know. And it's like, what? Why should I keep like buying shit
yeah. Because
from
like
your
it's like
website,
you
you know?
buy something, and it's like, oh, I got a better version of that now. Like, what, dude?
Yeah, especially with the vinyl, man. The vinyl, even though
Yeah.
vinyl has the auto vinyl or the autograph vinyl that had the hologram one.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he dropped those limited edition ones too,
Right.
the splatter ones, which
Yeah.
I think were better in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got
But
mad because when he first said, "Hey, like you can pre-order the album,"
Hmm.
And I saw the album on vinyl. I'm like, it's just black. Like it's not
It's a
special.
regular one.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not even colored or anything. Like that's kind of weird. I'm gonna wait, and I did wait. But I feel
Uh-huh.
bad for the people that like were the first ones to buy, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I bought the splatter one, I was like, oh fuck yeah, I got like the limited edition one. And then the hologram comes out. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
After release, man. Yeah. After it drops, it
And those
was.
are the ones that are gonna get signed, right?
Yep. Hmm.
I have Starboy signed, so I have that. So
Was it
I much rather have the colored vinyl, to be honest.
was the Starboy one the limited edition color one too as
Uh
well?
huh.
Or
I got the.
yeah.
It came with the red vinyl, and then it came with a separate like mini poster with his
Uh-huh.
autograph.
Oh, that's sick, man.
Yeah.
I
So
wish I would have bought that one, man. 'Cause I
yeah.
remember seeing it. I just passed on it though. I was like, dude, I don't want it.
But honestly, I've been actually really disappointed with like the clothing for this
Yeah, same
album.
here, man. Yeah, I feel you on that.
There's nothing there that I'm like, this is worth getting and
Hmm.
waiting 20 weeks for, or like
And
whatever.
it's like overpriced and like it was like yeah, it was
Yeah.
like the wait time was like ridiculous, man. So I mean, I'm probably gonna wait till the tour to see what they have
Yeah.
on the
Same.
tour, what kind
Yeah.
of merch they have. But
And
yeah, the
then
merch that's out now is like not really that
yeah,
great,
it's
unfortunately.
not
So
worth it. Like the hat,
yeah.
I'm not really feeling anything. The only thing I did buy was actually the deck of cards. That was
Oh
actually
yeah,
cool.
the card deck. Yep. I
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
card deck. I got the vinyl, the limited edition vinyl. I got
yeah. Mm-hmm.
the signed poster. So
Nice.
I'm set right now for at least for
Yeah,
now for his
yeah.
merch. So
The only thing I have bought too was the alternative cover CD exclusive by Target.
oh yeah, yeah. There's nothing other anything different with that though outside of the
No,
cover.
it's just the
Yeah.
cover's different, you know.
Mhm.
And I figured like, well, I'm gonna get the vinyl with like the regular cover, or I might as well get like a CD that looks different. And then of
Yeah.
course, after I bought it, he comes up with the hologram
The
ones,
hologram one, yeah, that are autographed.
and I was like, but then I don't want to wait like 20 weeks, bro. Like,
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's just it's like I think because of just demand of he's waiting for to see how many people are gonna buy all his stuff, and eventually he'll have to sign everything and then send it all out.
mm-hmm.
But at 20 weeks is like kind of
Dude,
OD
that's so
waiting for
long, bro.
yeah. What
Yeah.
if like someone was like, okay, I'm not gonna listen to the weekend after hours until I get the actual autograph CD. You're gonna wait like 3 months, dude, for that,
Uh,
4 months for that to come out, dude.
yeah, dude. And I got mad because I went to Target and they didn't have any, and then I just
That's
ordered it through the app.
that's weak, man.
And I'm like, man, this is bullshit. I want the
Well, the
CD
weekend's
grade.
big, man. He's a superstar now, man.
I
So
know. It
he's a
feels weird,
superstar, man.
man.
So
The I think it's cool though that he has been able to come full circle and not like change like his identity completely. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Cuz
Well, that was the thing, like with well, I think I mean, he obviously did it with Beauty and Starboy. He had
right.
to,
Yeah, he
if he
had
wanted to
to.
break into the mainstream,
Right.
But I was kind of thinking about this the other day, like what would have happened if like he dropped After Hours after Kissland, that sound and this sound in general
Oh,
after
dude, that
Kissland.
would have been insane.
I mean, that would have been good for the OG fans, but like I don't think it would have blown up to like what it is right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, if you think about it that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
because he didn't really get the acclaim on Kissland, but
Right.
what makes you think that he'll be as big with this After Hours dropping after Kissland? So.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it was kind of, I mean, it was obviously all planned, I
right.
think, to get his name out there and to be, the superstar that he is now.
I think like the second he teamed up with Max Martin, I think that's when it was like game over,
It's
bro.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game
Like
blouses, man.
like your game bosses like
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you to the fucking like ultimate level.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to be like as big as Michael Jackson, man. He said that
Hmm.
before.
Yeah,
He
he
wanted to
did.
be
Yeah,
the superstar guy. He wanted to be that dude that's fucking girls, like,
yeah.
24/7. So,
I mean, at one point he was homeless. He dropped out of school, so he
yeah.
kind of like went all in.
He went from nothing to something, man.
Yeah,
So you can't blame him for chasing his dream.
yeah.
But at that point though, for just disappointing his fans, unfortunately, his OG fans, unfortunately, some people
Hmm.
just take it too personal. I think I was one of those people at one point where I was just like, dude, this guy is like a sellout, man. I don't want to listen to this anymore.
Yeah, I
But
remember talking to you like during those albums, and
yeah,
you were like not fucking with it.
Yeah, I was
And
like, I can't listen to this
and
anymore, man.
me,
It's
I was kind
just
of like faking it, you know,
yeah,
because I was like, yeah, like I never said, oh, I love this album, but I was just
yeah,
like, you know, I'll still support him, and I
mhm,
got to see him, you know, live, you know,
yeah.
during like I've seen him live for every album drop, so it's just like
You're lucky, bro.
it's just
It's
tradition,
like
bro. Yeah.
it is. It's when you think about it, like with Beauty, it's like. I mean, it was a good album. It was a good album for like the mainstream. It was a good album to get his name out, but it just wasn't like I was kind of like you. I kind of tried to force myself to listen to it too. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is good. I like it and stuff. But then like, eventually, you're just like a month or two, like a couple months later, you're just like, okay, this is what it is, you know. And it's like,
I'm like
kind
the
of move on
second
and
I
stuff.
found out he put Ed Sheeran, I'm like, come on, man, Ed
I
Sheeran.
mean, even just looking at the credits of the album, dude, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, is that you see where the album's going, as far as like just the sound and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
mm,
This is what he's done with After Hours just confirms what I've been saying for a long, long time.
mhm.
Is his albums are better when he has no features.
I agree with that, man. I agree. The I think with features, like he he wants to grab a bigger audience with
Mm-hmm.
features. That's my best guess.
Right.
But
Yeah.
just his solo stuff is just
Yeah. His solo
it's
shit's
just top tier, dude.
it's just
It's top
better.
tier, man. It's
He's
quality, man.
he's
So,
better at being on features because he just takes over. He just takes over
remember
the
that
track.
run from what 2012, 2014? Those what Wiz Khalifa
It was like
song,
Wiz. You had
Juicy J,
French
French
Montana,
Montana, Rick Ross, all those features,
Rick
MIA. I'm
Ross,
like,
Nav.
dude, all those features from that time frame is like it was kind of I've never seen it before, man. Especially like in like hip hop and well, actually Drake did it a little bit, but
Kavinsky,
yeah,
Disclosure.
yeah,
He did a track with Ricky Hill,
yeah. Ricky Hill, yep, hmm
Travis Scott, obviously,
hmm
Future. One of my favorite songs that he featured on was "Drinks on Us" with Mike Will and Sway.
oh, Sway Lee, yep,
Yeah. Oh, he did one with Gucci Mane, Lil Uzi. I have a whole playlist of just all the features he's been with.
yeah, same here, yep.
Belly, Kanye, Lana. I didn't like the one that made him really popular, the Love Me Harder.
Oh, that was the one song that kind of like put his name out a little bit.
Yeah.
If you go back and then like listen to it and
I
like see
kind of,
like the history of like
yeah.
the release, it's like okay, this is where his
I kind of wish that he would have collaborated more with Gustafstein because I really liked
oh
this.
yeah, same here, man. I
Yeah.
thought it was like that on MDM was good.
Yeah.
Sound wise was really good. They should have did more.
Because when he did
You know,
Lost in the Fire, bro, I think I
Mhm.
played that song like for a month straight, bro. Like, it was catchy. It was like,
Get
oh,
on loop.
and Gustafsson is a really good artist, man. He's
Yeah, I agree, man.
so. I mean, I hope that his tour, like, we'll see what happens, man. Like, I don't
I
know if
mean,
right now at the state of the states, it's like it's not looking good, man. I don't think we're gonna have
yeah.
any music for a while, like concerts. I mean,
I mean, they're probably going to push everything back. As
mm-hmm.
far as like, I know Tame Impala's thing got pushed back
They
because it
did.
started like this month, I think. But
Yeah, his
what?
concert. I knew people that were gonna go to his concert, and they were super bummed out when it got
Mhm.
canceled or postponed or whatever.
For Tame Impala?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
nothing's been announced yet, huh? For the actual dates or
no
for the
idea. Yeah.
yeah, that
So,
sucks, man.
cause I still haven't bought my ticket for the weekend. I was gonna wait it out, cause I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
We'll see, man. Like with the weekend, I got two tickets, man. So for that one,
Oh,
so like,
sweet.
yeah, we'll see what happens, man. So
Cool. For sure. Well, I wanted to keep this just in time so we could listen to the deluxe album.
I've got 3 minutes, man. Three
Yeah,
minutes.
but honestly, like, it's a pleasure having you, man. Because we're super like, we're big fans of the weekend, and I wouldn't
Yep.
want to have this conversation with anybody else but you, bro. Because like we go back, to the OG
Yeah, man.
days.
Yep. Yep. I appreciate it, man. Like this is like the weekend is like my favorite artist, man. He's become my favorite artist of all. and it's just
Yeah.
it's good to see
He
like his
he's
journey.
he's won our love over again.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. I'm now again in
Yeah, dude. It's a magical time, man. Like now everybody loves the Weekend. You know what I mean? Back in the day
the.
it was kind of just like he was our artist, he was for the OGs. But now, dude, I have people that like always talk shit about me for listening to the Weekend, and they listen to the album like, "Bro, this album's amazing." I'm like,
Yeah, man. It's like
I've been telling you for years, bro." Like,
it's just like the After Hours is like I think After Hours is his sound. He refined his sound to the
yeah.
point where
He's like mastered his craft, you know?
yeah, it appeases everyone. If
Like,
you think about it, his fans of the OG fans and his
yeah.
Starboy fans and all that stuff. So everyone's just like, you know,
Oh,
they love
one
it.
thing I forgot to mention, and I thought it was the saddest part of this whole thing, was he was live streaming himself on Instagram when this album dropped, and he was in his big ass mansion with the lights off, alone, bro.
What the heck, man?
Dude, I'm like, yo, this is like your album release party. Like, I'm surprised you don't have like people over the house. It was just him in his room, bro. It was like,
Was he like with? Is he still with Bella Hadid or no?
no, I don't think he is.
Okay, I could see because I thought like the whole premise behind After Hours was like their relationship, but and I thought it was more
Yeah.
of like fake, kind of like a fake.
I kind of feel like he just kind of ran with like the whole like we were broken up or you.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, is
Yeah.
that like kind of like a thing for his album,
Yeah.
to create like music and stuff? But now if they're not together now, then it makes more sense that this music is out because he's back to his raunchiness.
I like it, man. All right,
Yeah.
well, it is 9 o'clock midnight. We're gonna refresh and see if these deluxe tracks drop. Shout out to our sponsor MeUndies for hosting this podcast.